Joe.
Joe.
Okay.
We've seen him at Nature Coast. He does the announcer,
There you
down
go.
at Nature Coast.
But kudos to Mr. Looper, though.
But
he always keeps us
he's
posted
riding impartially
what's going on.
tonight.
We've got Nature Coast 194 total, 178 rush, 116 pass, and Citrus 141 total, 119 rush, and 22 pass on the statistics. Thank you very much, Joe and Mr. Looper.
Mr. Looper's the real deal.
He is the real deal.
Yes. If anybody
because
needs
he's real, he's sitting here.
Yes, and if anybody needs any sporting goods, they can call him and he can hook them up.
There you go.
I'm sure of that.
Citrus getting ready to kick off. Nature Coast.
Very key possession here, Mike, for Nature Coast.
Also want to recognize our sponsor, Bowler Ice Roofing, for our live streaming of tonight's game on YouTube. You can catch it at CBS Sports 104.3 Radio. CBS Sports Radio, I'm sorry.
And we want to give Dennis a big kudo back at the studio, keeping us abreast of things going on.
I'm not going to give him a kudos. He's sitting there in nice.
Okay, he's probably sitting there in air conditioning.
Down at the 10-yard line, taking it in there, going. He cuts back inside. Host of players catching him at the 30-yard line. Going to be down at the 31-yard line. So 1st and 10 for Nature Coast starting on the first possession of the second half. Just getting started here. 20-14 is the score in this ball game. Nature Coast all in white. White helmets moving left to right.
It's weird when you look at the sidelines. There are more Citrus players dressed out tonight than Nature Coast.
Yeah, if I called it up, it's 57 players on Citrus and 30 on.
And I think probably 30 of those on Citrus is JV players.
So you got.
But that's okay.
Burnett
it still shows a good
in
turnout.
the pistol formation. Step back, and we're going to have motion across the face. Snap. Reed. Give him the number 2. That's Michael Weston. He goes off left side for about a 5-yard gain and tries to get back up, but they're saying he was down, so it's going to be 2nd and 5. They'll call it 2nd and 6. They'll give him 1 more yard. Down right there at the 37-yard line.
And once again, I think Nature Coast is just going to revert back to what's got them where they are so far this year. And they're going to keep it on the ground.
Twin receivers to the far sideline. Fabian under center. I formation. Handoff. That's going to be Weston off the left side. He breaks it outside to the 40, 45. Down just inside the 50-yard line. Into the 48. Stays in bounds. 1st and 10 for Nature Coast. Gain of 11 yards on that carry.
I think that's going to be what their recipe for the second half is going to be. You got to let that guy tote the rock as much as possible.
Let the dog eat.
I mean, that's your guy that's going to win the game, and it's going to run some clock.
And as Mike and I said, though, at halftime, that Coach Varnador has put Martone on Burnett, and this could take him out of that game plan as well.
Empty backfield. We're going to bubble screen. It's going to be almost Mike Lee catches to the 50, going to the sideline to 40. 35, and it knocked out of bounds. We've got a flag.
There's a holding on the receiver who was blocking out there on the pattern, and right in front of the official who threw the flag at about the 47, so that'll come back from there. That was almost a similar play to that interception for a touchdown as the defensive back for Citrus just tried to reach his hand out and get a tip.
That's Jacob Freer who read it all the way. Got it.
He saw it immediately. That's 2, and those are going in the same direction. I mean, both passes are to the quarterback's right, and he's a little slow on the trigger. That's one of those, you get the snap, you turn, you throw it. You can't wait because that's what you're banking on, is trying to get that defensive back being a half a second slow and getting your momentum, and that defensive back both times is already past the line of scrimmage.
There we go. I formation. Ball moves back to the 42-yard line, 43-yard line. 14-yard. Twin receivers to the far side. Motion. Handoff. That's going to be Weston. He's going to cut back into the gap and puts his head down and runs over a player almost close to the 50-yard line. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be gain of 6 yards. It'll be 2nd. And they're going to come gain maybe a yard, 2 more. So 2nd and 9.
And we talked about this Nature Coast team and change of head coaches and what it would mean. I mean, it's a lot of the same stuff, but the difference is they just do not have that game breaker with that speed that can take it 70 yards at any given minute. You know, that's the one thing that I think they're missing.
2 tight end formation, handoff to Weston. He's going to go bounce off the right side, gets past the 50 yards, the territory.
And he just dragged 4 players with him.
Now he's a bruiser. I mean, you know, you run him inside the tackles, he'll wear you out over 2.5 hours of a football game. But you know, you're not going to hand it to him at the 5, and he's going to be 95 yards 10 seconds later.
3rd and 4, as they rotate their tackle. over, and we've got a
Citrus player
who is hurt coming off. I can't see who that is. I can't see the number on the face. Number 8. That is the free safety, Jacob Freer. It's going to go 2 tight end set now. I formation.
Citrus cannot afford any injuries at this stage of the game.
Step back. Motion to the left, going to the far sideline. Handoff. That's Weston. Cuts back inside. Sees one man to beat. Busts his head. And then powers his way to the 35, 30. One man to beat. 25, 20, 10, 5, 10. Sets 5. Touchdown. Wow. 46 yards.
No flags
on it.
Well,
so.
And you know what that was? That was all we talked about. What Citrus is going to do? Are they going to have everybody up there in the box? And they did. And he got through to the second level. There was nobody there. That was just, he bowled over 2 defenders, and there was nobody back there.
Once he got back to the linebacker stage, it was wide open.
So first possession for Nature Coast. They put 6 points on the board, point after looming.
And a very key point right here, Mike. Very key.
Mateo Rivera. Snap. Put down, and we got a whistle. Quick, it was up, and it was good, but the whistle was quick.
You're going to have a procedure, probably. Offside on
defense.
Citrus.
So they're going to move it up a little bit and see if they take the kick or they take the 2. Half the distance to the goal. Just getting started here in the second half. 9:22 left in the third quarter. Point after attempt after a 46-yard.
Is that penalty a declinable penalty?
Why would you decline it if you move it up?
You kicked the extra point and it was good.
It's a dead ball.
It's a dead ball before they blew it, so they won't have the option to do that.
See, there we have Mr. Looper keeping us posted on what all the rules and officials are, and that's why he's a key to our broadcast team.
So Rivera looking for another re-kick. Here comes the rush. The kick is up, and it is no good.
No good.
Wow. Of events, and that's
there
why you do that. That's why you play the game. So now we're tied 20-20 with 9:22 left in the third quarter.
So with the ball on the 1.5 yard line, Mike,
it was worse.
You can look back now and say, well, why don't you just go for 2?
Exactly.
Give it to your big back that weighs 220 pounds. Let him just take that 1.5 yards and call it a day.
Well, normally he's pretty,
now, we got a brand new football game.
It is.
We are in the third quarter. We have about 9:22 to go in this third quarter. And we're tied up.
Great ball game right now.
Nature Coast getting ready to kick. Once again, a very key possession, I think, for Citrus moving forward from this point. New ball game, and the kids got to be getting tired.
Well, we'll see what they do here on this first possession of the second half for Citrus Hurricanes. Back. We got 2 players back deep, standing at their 10 and their 15-yard line for Citrus. Here's the run-up and the kick. Good deep kick all the way down to the 15-yard line. Taken right there to the near sideline. Goes all the way far side middle, and it sets back out. Plants his foot. Nobody catching him. He's going to the outside. He's got a lot of room on the sideline. He's going to the 50, 45, 40. Down past the 35 and inside Sharks territory at the 33-yard line. Great run back by number 10. That is Julian Gardner.
Patient run there as he got through the first wave and then cut to the outside. He was just waiting for that wall of blockers to set up, and they did. And that's a big momentum switcher is you get scored on, but you come back, and now you've got the ball deep in Nature Coast territory as they're spotting that about the 33-yard line.
So 1st and 10 at the 33, Citrus Hurricanes, just in all black, gold, going right to left on your radio and on your video screen if you're watching our YouTube streaming. Comes out in a shotgun formation, pistol formation with Holden behind Bishop. The twin receivers tight to the near sideline. Snap, toss sweep. Good blocking on backside, and it's going to be Holden trying to get to the edge, and he's going to get there at the 30.
Holding.
Flag on a holding right there.
That'll move Citrus back.
Could not get that edge and could not get that turn block on the outside.
And you could see that holding from the get-go.
You got to keep those hands in touch, pushing back. I mean, I know you're trying to seal that edge for Holton, but that's like day one, isn't it? Practice.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm blocking. You extend those hands, and that flag's coming out.
So move back from the point of the foul, which was at the 30-yard line. They're going to move it right back to the 40-yard line. Nature Coast comes to the line of scrimmage.
So they'll be first
Hurricanes.
and 17.
Shotgun formation, twin receivers to the far sideline. Single set back to Bishop. He's going to hand off to Holton. He's going to go off right guard, right tackle, and then cut back inside. And it'll be a gain of about 2. Second and call it 15.
Here again, the way Varnador's calling this game, Mike, is that if they can get down there, maybe it's going to be 4th and 6. He'll punt and try to bury them deep in their own territory and get a better field position when Nature Coast is forced to repunt.
And like you said, it's a chess match now between what plays you're running and how they're doing it. So come out, Citrus comes out at the break. Pistol formation again, tight bunch to the near sideline. Snap, toss, sweep, fake, and it's going to be an end around. As number 12 going to the far side and gets a stiff arm out and then pushed out of bounds right there about the 30-yard line. So is it
going to make it about 3rd and 9, 3rd and 8.
Down to the 30 line. So 3rd and 8 yards, 8.5 yards.
Lecanto's gotten on the board before half, so that scores 20-7. Weeki-Wachee.
So we're in the 3rd quarter here with 20-20 score, even up as Nature Coast took it down on their first possession of the second half on a 46-yard Weston run, TD run. 8:07 left in the 3rd quarter. Pistol shotgun with the single setback to his right. Bishop, 2-step drop looking for a blood pass and then got a ball in the corner. He's wide open. And I'm not sure if it caught it. It's a call and catch. As number 10, Julius Gardner, who had a big kickoff return. A good throw by Bishop as he gets it all the way down to the 10-yard line.
If he would have let him, that was a touchdown because he had the defender beat. He had to cut back to the middle because it was underthrown, but still a good catch.
So it's at the 9-yard line, so 1st and goal for Citrus.
Nature Coast, as we said at halftime, they've shown the ability that I'm sure their coaches aren't happy with to give up the big play defensively.
High formation, Bishop under center. Snap, dive play.
Cody Russell.
Russell goes off the right side. Not much there. Still trying to push, and they haven't blown the whistle yet, and it's a pile up, and they were just trying to push him out there and kind of get him a couple more yards. So it'll be 2nd and goal for Citrus. 7 minutes, 35 seconds gone left in the 3rd quarter.
Good answer by the Hurricanes after giving up that touchdown to start the 3rd quarter. Big kickoff return, and then after they get way behind the chains to come up with a big 3rd down conversion.
Kind of switching a little bit here again.
2 receivers to the far sideline. Going to be I formation with Bishop under center. Holton at the tailback position. Russell, fullback. Snap. Handoff to Holton. He's going to try to catch it out wide. He bounces out wide and cuts back inside, and he is just almost clotheslined as he gets a couple more yards. It's going to be 3rd and goal from about the 6-yard line.
There's some big boys inside for Nature Coast. You don't really want to cut that up when you're out there like that. He probably would have been better served to stay outside and try to gain the corner and maybe gain a couple extra yards.
So 6:45 and counting here in the 3rd quarter, and 3rd and goal for the Hurricanes. Go shotgun with Holton. They're going to go pistol with Holton behind him. Bunch formation tight on the inside. High snap. Toss sweep to Holton. He's got a bunch of guys trying to beat. He's going to reverse field. He's going to try to cut back inside. He does. He's got a wide open. He's going to try to get the touchdown. He gets all the way down to the 3-yard line and got a flag on the play.
Going to be a hold.
It is holding because he reversed field and nobody knew what to do there, so they had to try to hold off some guys, but it didn't work out.
He didn't get in. It would have been interesting to done on 4th and goal from about the 1.5.
Yeah.
Not have to worry about that now.
So they move it back.
That'll be 10 yards from the spot, so that'll put it back to the 20.
So 3rd and goal
from the
20-yard line.
And I don't know if they're in field goal position or not.
You got that big receiver, number 2, Rodney Mike. I wonder if you just toss it up to him and say, make a play,
and have
maybe get an interference penalty. I mean, we haven't seen him get the ball thrown his way, I don't think at all tonight with that size.
They're playing the bunch formation again. 3 receivers to the near side. Bunch formation, Martone in the lead. Shotgun. Snap. Looking. Shovel pass to Cody Russell. He's got a little room to pick one step, and a good cut down by the defensive end right there. And a good play by the Sharks as they get him for no gain. It'll be 4th and goal.
And now they just lost a yard on that one, so it'll be 4th and 21.
5:43.
Outcomes field
Counting
goal
in
kicker.
third quarter. So we see the kicker, Bacon.
And you are so tight with Dirk Cutter. If this kid makes his field goal, it'll be like a 31,
We haven't seen
32-yarder. Put him in your truck and take him down there.
Haven't seen the kicker do anything yet, so we don't know.
Did make an extra point late, right?
Yeah.
So that was important. Crystal Rivers added a touchdown. They lead South Sumter 14-0.
Bacon with a 30-yard attempt, and the ball is up. A great kick.
Wow.
Good.
Good for 38.
Beautiful kick.
There's some momentum
Kevin
right there.
Bacon right there. Gorgeous kick. That's a weapon you don't normally see in high school.
I mean, he's not just an 80s movie star. He can kick the ball.
Yeah.
Why did I know that reference was going to come up sometime during this game?
It's only because, you know what?
The Kevin Bacon reference is coming up.
Yeah.
Just watched Friday the 13th. I didn't even realize he was in it.
Yeah. Yeah. 38-yard field goal.
38-yard field goal. 5:03 third quarter. 23-20. Citrus Hurricanes lead.
What did you say, Brett, that Crystal River score was?
14-0. Crystal River in front. Hernando 49-0. That's still at the half. I'm sure they're in the middle of the running clock. Wekiwachi leads Lecanto 20-7.
So we had three players deep again for Nature Coast, standing at their 15 and line. Bacon.
He'll probably kick it out of the end zone.
See if he can get a little kick. He did a great kick to the corner of the end zone one time. Low line drive now. Squibber all the way taking it to the 15-yard line. And he's dropped right there as he slips and falls on it. So, again, great coverage and great play for Citrus. A mistake by
we said this is going to be a
Aponte.
game decided by mistakes.
Nature comes out for its second possession of this second half. 5:09 left in the third quarter.
They were able to down and find the end zone on their first drive. We'll see if they can do it again. And that first drive of the second half featured Michael Weston. You would imagine that they would go right back to that.
And he's back in the lineup.
Burnett's going to go under center with Owens as the fullback, Weston as your tailback. And we've got a official timeout, water drink, and we're going to take a quick water break. 5:09 left in the third quarter. 23-20 here, score from Hurricane Stadium. You're listening to Friday Night Football right here on CBS Sports 104.3.
All October, Nick Nicholas Ford Inverness celebrates 36 years serving our community with huge savings all month long on all new and pre-owned cars and trucks. Nick Nicholas Ford Inverness has a special thank you to all first responders for their hard work with special savings just for you. The Nick Nicholas Ford family thanks Citrus County for making this Ford country. Nick Nicholas Ford Inverness, Highway 44 just west of Inverness. Always 24/7 at nicknicholasford.com.
23-20 here is the score. 5:09 left in the third quarter. Citrus Hurricanes lead on a 38-yard field goal by Kevin Bacon.
Key possession.
Junior.
Key possession, I think, for Nature Coast this time.
So Nature Coast gets its second possession of the second half. Burnett is going to go under center with I formation, twin receivers to the far sideline. Motion across the back. And looking at giving it to Weston, who cuts back into the tackle position and gets close to out to 8 yards, all the way out to the 25-yard line.
And he drugged 3 players with him.
We got a flag on the play, we got a holding, so that's going to come back no matter what. So another mistake by Nature Coast to.
So you're going to have a 1st and 20 now, and they're pinned back.
The Villages right now leads Keystone 21-7 at the half. That's a semi-important game as both those teams trying to stay in the playoff hunt, but need some help going down the stretch.
It's going to be up 1st and 15 as they go back to the I formation. Mike Lee is going to go to the near sideline. Ball's in the middle of the field, going left to right. Nature Coast all in white. Step back from the tight end motion, and then it's going to be Weston who goes off right tackle, and he pounds over 1, 2. Post keeps his legs moving, gets his 10-yard. He gets the first down. A 15, 16-yard run by Weston, who just keeps on chugging those legs.
See,
too many tackling up high. I mean, you got to grab that guy below the waist if you're going to bring him down. And you're seeing tackles up by his shoulders, and like you mentioned, when he keeps those legs churning, Not going to bring him down. I mean, you got to tackle from the waist and below.
So 1st and 10, the 29-yard line.
And he lowers his head every time he
does.
runs, too, so that makes it a little more difficult. You've got to get down low.
Low man wins in football. So I formation, Burnett under center. Lee, wide receiver out wide to the near sideline. Weston takes it and looks it, goes try to cut outside and taken down right there. Can't see the number there.
Martone.
Max Martone, who brings him down, gain of about 4, so it's going to be 2nd and 6.
Williston in front of Union County, 35-7 at the half. That's one of those scores that you normally probably wouldn't care much about, except for as we're chasing points. Of course, Williston is a team that Seven Rivers could use a few more wins to bring up their point total. That's the fun of these playoffs and what Coach Beasley has put together. I heard him on the radio the other day talking about it. He was saying, he thought as a head coach, the first 3 weeks of the season weren't that big of a deal. It was like preseason. Then usually the 11th week was not a big deal either because it's a non-district game. He thought this would bring those games into some importance, and we're seeing that. Not only are they important, but you're paying attention to that week 1 opponent,
and
you're hoping them win every game they can.
Burnett's under. Going to be a bunch formation. Now they're going to rotate 2 players inside to the near sideline. Single setback behind in motion as Lee. And then we got a quick whistle. Going to be movement.
There will be motion on Nature Coast.
It is. And that's going to be a mistake again, pushing it back behind the chains.
It's going to make it 2nd and 12 now.
Bell leads Branford 7-0 at the half right now.
3:46 left in the 3rd quarter.
Coach Beasley also mentioned, I think he was right on the money too, there's been more talk about the playoffs, who's in, what the standings are, than we would have ever done
normally,
a year, 2,
right.
3. I mean,
it's been a buzz.
You would keep an eye on the district standings, but you wouldn't have this much chatter.
There's read option, and it's Burnett who takes it himself off the left tackle. He's still trying to kick some yardage. He gets back 1 more yard past the line, the original line of scrimmage, being up 3rd.
And that's his first carry, Mike, in a long time.
In the 2nd half right now.
Yeah.
And is this system perfect? No. I mean, no system is. It's going to be tweaked. We all know it. But I think what they've done is, they've tried to eliminate the easy way in, finishing 2nd in a district at least, especially when you're talking about smaller districts where there's 3 teams. That's just, they've done a good job with that. Wildwood 6, Interlochen 6 at the half the score as well.
High formation. Burnett under center. Handoff. Weston goes off right tackle this time. Wrapped up nicely there for a short gain. And that's number 3, Martone again, as he comes in and fills the gap. So 4th down. Ball's on the 33-yard line. Wow. They're going to go for it.
4th?
Wow.
And
4th and 6 yards at least. So I formation. Looking, they're trying to bring them off.
Try and bring them off.
And they are. So they're going to call it right now. They're going to go for the punt, I believe. And they are. So that's what they tried to do, get him try to jump, and it didn't jump, but good discipline by the Hurricane defense.
That's
4th down.
You just burned yourself the timeout, too, though.
Yes.
I mean, you're
just go punt.
I mean, you're obviously hoping. I mean, now if that's at the the 45 of Citrus,
why
would you on purpose burn the timeout in a close game, 2 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter? Now it may not come back to haunt Nature Coast. You never know, but the way I look
Corey
at
Johns
it
is like, oh boy.
I mean, what would you do if you ran too many people out there and had to call a timeout? You'd be yelling at your guys saying, "This cost me a timeout." Well, there's a coach who
cost you a timeout,
kind of on purpose cost his team a timeout.
So number 10 back deep, that's Julius Gardner, who had that great kickoff return to begin the 2nd half.
And I don't think Citrus legitimately thought they were going for it at their own 33-yard line.
No, I mean that's you're not really trying to fool anybody there.
I mean, midfield or plus territory, I think you can see that. But your own 33 in a 3-point game. Gardner, we've seen a bad punt tonight too.
Yep, Gardner back at his own 30-yard line. A low snap. Low kick. It's taken by the up back at 45-yard line, and he gets close to the 50. They're going to call it at the 49. The up back took it, and that was a good call, though, really. In reality, instead of letting it bounce, he just took it there.
How many times do you see it? I mean, he wasn't even, the guy back to field the kick, but you see it all the time. Guys let it bounce, and it ends up costing you 20 yards. I mean, that was a great job because that ends up being a net 15 yards.
Yeah, if that.
and you got great field position again. You got 2 minutes and 14 seconds to go here in the third. You could put together a nice drive and take it into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you can take some time off the clock. It's the second possession for Citrus Hurricanes in the second half. 2:14 left in the third quarter. They lead by 3. Bishop's under center. Power formation to the left. Holton's going to look at it, fake it, two-step drop. There's a deep ball, and almost picked off. A good coverage there, but it underthrown by Bishop. And if he leads him a couple yards, he's got it 6 points.
Yeah, and it was a good recovery, though, by their cover guy. That was number 1 back there in coverage, as he did a good job. I think that was Mike Lee, wasn't it? Number 1. I mean, he was beaten a little bit, but as soon as he saw that receiver turn his head and look for the ball, he got that hand up and turned around and was able to tip it away because he was beaten by a step there, but did a good job recovering.
Yeah. That's a nice asset to have out there, Rodney Mike. Big 6'2", 175-pound senior, can fly. I formation now. Bishop under center, handoff to Russell, who goes for a couple yards to the left side. Russell gain of about 3, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 7. And 4, so it's going to be 3rd and 6. 1:48 left in this third quarter. Citrus taking their time, just being very deliberate, trying to get clock to run off and see what they can do. If they can't get the first down, they're going to go ahead and punt it and try to pin them deep. Let their defense do the work. Again, I formation, Russell, handoff, option to Holton. It was a nice play. He's going to get to the 50, to the 45, gets to the first down. Looks like he gets the first down.
He did.
Great by Rudy Holton. Good call by Coach Vonador with the option pitch.
And give Holton credit. We've seen him a couple times earlier kind of run out of bounds near that. I think he knew where the first down marker was, and he took on a couple of tacklers and gained what looked like he needed 2 extra yards after first contact, and he did. That's a big one for Citrus. I mean, that keeps the clock going now. Obviously, if you run the ball a couple times, you're going to take this into the fourth quarter, and you've got the ball in Nature Coast territory with a 3-peat. I think Coach Varnador would take that if he'd told him before the game.
1st and 10 from the 39. Inside dive handoff to Russell. He gained him a couple yards. They're trying to get those 3rd and shorts. Gain of 3. 2nd and 7. Clock under 1 minute right now and counting. If you're just joining us, Hurricanes are up by 3 points on a 38-yard field goal by Kevin.
I think this is a big key second down right here, Mike. They got to get some yards on this play.
Twin receivers to the far sideline again. Dive play on Russell. He goes to the right side this time. They're trying to push him out a little bit and going to give him forward progress down to the 34-yard line.
And that will probably do it for the third quarter. And with their field goal kicker, they can kick it from there.
Yeah, they're under 15 seconds right now. They're going to probably let the clock run down and end up with the fourth quarter. And they'll flip the fields as they get there. We're going to take it down. Fourth quarter here. Hurricanes lead 23-20 over the Nature Coast Sharks. You're listening to Friday Night Football right here on CBS Sports 104.3.
Our low prices, great selection, and repeat business keep customers coming back for more. Thank you, Tampa Bay. This month, we're offering deep discounts. Get 15% off select new Buick models. Get 15% and more off select new GMC models. When you want the best, shop the best. Buy local and save thousands from your hometown dealer. Visit EagleBuickGMC.com or stop by US 19 in Homosassa under the giant American flag.
In the third, Crystal River 21-0 the third over South Sumter.
We are back here, Friday Night Football. Glad you could join us.
And a good game.
Great game here at Hurricane Stadium. Flipping fields here, 23-20 in the fourth quarter to begin it as Hurricanes are leading. So we had some 14, what was the score at halftime? It was 20-14. 20-14, and then we came back with
they tied it at 20 score. With a missed extra point.
Yep. And then they came back and scored again on that 38-yard field goal by Kevin Bacon. The Citrus Hurricanes could take the lead. Here we go, I formation now. They're going to go switching fields left to right, Bishop under center. And we get a jump on Nature Coast, and that's going to be close to a first down. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
That's
that
going to
looks
be
like it's
maybe
less
a
than
first.
5. Yeah.
Yeah. It could be a first down there. I'm not sure what they're going to place it, but we'll see.
Another mistake.
There's been a lot of those tonight for Nature Coast. I mean, more than you would expect.
And they do call it. It's first down.
Yeah, it was.
So inside the 30-yard line of Nature Coast, 1st and 10 for Citrus. Ball's at the place at the 29-yard line. Citrus now going left to right. Ball's on the far side hash mark. Staggered I formation under center. Holton gets the ball, tailback to the right side. Maybe gains a couple. Gonna call it 2nd and 8. 8.5. Ball's down at the 26-yard line. 2nd. 6. 11:42 left in the third quarter.
Two good teams playing tonight, and it's just bad that and sad that somebody's got to lose this game.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is, you know, if you look at it from Nature Coast perspective, it's been a little sloppy, and they've had a lot of given up plays.
A lot of mistakes for Nature Coast.
Just want to give kudos to Joe. Joe said Rudy Holton just went over 100 yards with that carry.
Putting together 9.
Holton, inside handoff to Russell, off the right side. You're going to gain a couple, get forward progress, going to be down to the 24-yard line.
It's number 50 with the good tackle right there. That's Michael Smith, the senior, 6'1". They've got him listed as 200. Looks 220. Looks
like he had a little bit of.
Going to be 3rd and 6. What do you do here, Mike?
Well, 3rd and 6.
I think you could.
Do the same thing you've been doing.
This is potentially 4-down territory. I mean, I don't know how much you trust your kicker from. What you're talking 41 from here.
Yeah, 38 with the extra yardage on it, so he.
Yeah, but at 38 he kicked out of the stadium before.
Yeah, but that's only gives you a 6-point lead.
Yeah.
Touchdown beats you,
but
or at least ties you.
But we got a timeout by the Citrus, so we're going to take a quick timeout here. You're listening to Friday Night Football.
Confused as we are. That's why they call it timeout.
Yeah.
For 10:40 left in the fourth quarter. We'll be right back. You're listening to this messages Friday Night Football, CBS Sports 104.3.
Beef O'Brady's Crystal River, serving up a great time since 1985. Family want a pizza? House any large pizza up to 5 toppings for $9.99. An Ipswich clam strip basket with fries and slaw, $8.79. A half-fried chicken, 2 sides, garlic bread for $11.79. Try Dan's made from scratch sides. Potato salad, green beans, mashed potatoes with gravy. Beef O'Brady's is budget and family friendly. Beef O'Brady's, Gulf to Lake Highway at Highway 486 in the Publix Plaza.
Our low prices, great selection, and repeat business keep customers coming back for more. Thank you, Tampa Bay. This month, we're offering deep discounts. Get 15% off select new Buick models. Get 15% and more off select new GMC models. When you want the best, shop the best. Buy local and save thousands from your hometown dealer. Visit EagleBuickGMC.com or stop by US 19 in Homosassa under the giant American flag.
And they lost yardage.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back in, 10:31 on 3rd down play for Citrus Hurricanes. As
they
do
scored
an
on
option,
that earlier.
And they did not get the first down and lost yardage on that, so it'll be 4th and 8.
Does that take them out of field goal range? Apparently not.
No, they're going for it.
Are they going to go for it?
Yep.
Yeah, 4th and 8, they're going to go for it. So we're just getting in the middle here. We're about a couple minutes out of the fourth quarter, so 10 minutes left, 30.
I understand the risk, but I think this is, also one of those things you look at your defense in the eye if you're Citrus and say, I trust you if we don't.
Shotgun formation, 2-step drop. He looks to the left, throws the ball. Outside screen's
Plenty
wide
of
open.
room.
And now to the 20, 15, cuts back inside to the 10, inside the 10-yard line. Great play call by the Hurricanes.
I mean, that was a great job by Bishop because he was looking at the guy deep, and then he took a second glance to his left, and he was wide open in the flat. And again, it wasn't quite the same play as the one they scored for a touchdown, but it was similar in the sense that the coverage was just not there.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys going to the deep receiver, and that receiver that was hanging in the flat was wide open. I mean, there was nobody within 20 yards. Not only is it a first down, it sets up a 1st and goal, and this is potentially a huge 6 or 7 points for the Hurricanes.
9:35 toss sweep to Rudy Holton. He's got some room to run. Cuts it back inside. Caught up behind. He cuts inside the 5-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal from there. It'll be staying
down
at
to about the 3.
3-yard line. So 2nd and goal. 2nd and 2. 9:18. And a touchdown here could really two-score game. It's kind of tough for Nature Coast to try to come back. They have to start pushing the ball in the air.
Nature Coast is a plotting team. I mean, obviously they're capable with Weston of that big play, but they don't exactly design it that way.
Clock under 9 minutes now. Bishop's under center. Single setback, twin receivers to the far side. That's Cody Russell. Gets the ball and gets stuffed right there. So it's going to be a 3rd and goal. So no gain on the play.
No gain there. Here again, 4th and down. Do you go for it if you don't score here?
You got a field goal kicker. I think you have to do that.
I think you got to put the points on the board at this time.
We've been wrong all night, though.
Yes, we have.
You're going to have the clock under 8 minutes after this play.
Yes.
Do you defense and do you say to your offense, we're 3 yards away from winning this football game. Can you get it for us?
Empty backfield. Trip receivers to the far sideline. Ball's on the near side hash mark. Snap. It's going to be a run. No, it's going to be a toss back sweep. A nice play call. And that's Martone, I believe.
That's a really, really well-designed
That's a great play call.
Right there. Yes. I mean, they got all of Nature Coast defense going to their right as they tried to sprint the quarterback out. He looked like he was going to sprint out to his left. After about 2 steps, he stopped dead in his tracks and looked right to his guy who was cutting over the middle. It looked like Martone. I think he lined up as a tight end, didn't he?
He did, and he cut the man. He tried to cut the man, then he got back up and then came into the center of the field, and that's a good throw by Bishop.
And that was a tight window because there was decent coverage on that one. He threw it right where his guy had to get it.
Snap is up, and kick is good. So Bacon puts it through for a 30-20 score. 8:05 here left in the 4th quarter. Citrus leads, 2-score lead. I'm thoroughly impressed right now with the offense and the play calling that they've had. You know, they've done some really nice play calls against the defense.
This is probably their best game they've played this year, and they look like a district champion in my book.
If they get Hernando at the later date, they may start getting, they had
a tough game against Hernando that just nothing went right for them.
Yeah.
And I think since then they've picked it up.
Again, also, I think you point out a couple of mistakes that Nature Coast made on that play. I mean, they gave them a gift of a first down once, and then, again, busted coverage. It has led to a touchdown, and it led to a 4th down for a first down. I mean, you don't bust those coverages, that's at least perhaps 7, as many as 10 points off the board, maybe even more than that. So uncharacteristic of what we've seen from Nature Coast the last couple of years, and you give Citrus credit for making those plays.
Aponte back deep for Nature Coast as Bacon runs up, kicks the ball. Big deep kick all the way back into the end zone. It goes out for a touchback, and a great kick by Kevin Bacon. Another weapon. So 1st and 10 for the Sharks at the 20-yard line. If you're just joining us, 30-20 is your score here. Good game. Citrus. Burnett going to be under center. I formation with Weston as the tailback.
Are they going to have to start throwing the ball now?
No, they're going to give it to Weston. He's going to go for right tackle. He's going to cut back inside, and he's going to put his head down and try to run over a player. He does, but he gets tackled at the same time. It'll be down to the 25-yard line, gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
I mean,
this is where Nature Coast misses their big play guy.
They played a lot of these games the last couple of years. We saw them 2 years in a row against Crystal River, and same offense a lot. But what you had
was a fumble. Ball's on the ground, and it was a mishandled snap by Burnett, and Weston falls on it. But it's a loss of yardage now. Going to bring up 3rd and 8.
And right now you've got Citrus, Mike, with all that momentum going their way.
They got bailed out a lot by Deshaun Smith. I mean, we saw them. I mean, it was just uncanny. You need a 95-yard run with 2 minutes to go. Guess what? You got a 95-yard run.
Yeah. And now you got Citrus defense with the momentum going their way, and they're just teeing off on Nature Coast right now.
So a tight bunch formation to the left, single running back to the back. Movement, but then it's Aponte. Yeah, it's going to be coming back. It's 33 Owens. He moved before the ball.
So add another 5 to that, and you're going to be looking at 3rd and 12.
3rd and 12,
13.
Yep.
Let's go on final. Hernando knocks off Brooksville Central 56-6.
Big score there.
Villaneda and the Leopards have it rolling big time, and they've been doing it since
Day
week number one.
Yeah.
If you're looking at their schedule, closest game of the year they had, the best battle they had was against Seven Rivers.
Yes.
So Burnett's going to go back, and Weston's going to be to his right. Trip receivers to the far sideline. Going to roll to his right, looking, throws backwards. No, he's got pressure. He's got somebody down in the hold, and he throws the ball to Weston, and he's going to be out, taken down. No, he's still going. Wow. He broke two tackles and got back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 4th down there, 4th and 10.
Still a good recovery, though, for Citrus defense. They're just playing head and shoulders now. They're just teeing off on them.
Yeah, they had Burnett back at the 5-yard line. He got rid of it as the screen pass was forming, but finally got rid of it.
And they've got Nature Coast back so far, Mike. They don't have a choice but to punt.
Yeah.
I mean, if they was at
There's
midfield,
no fake
it'd be
here.
something else. No, they're, if they fake this, they've really faked.
So they're playing, that's going to be number 10 back deep for Citrus, Julius Gardner again. He's got a couple good run backs.
Yes.
And remember, Nature Coast only has 2 timeouts to work with.
And we're just under 6 minutes, 5:58 to go here in the 4th quarter.
Snap. Block coming, and gets the punt off, and it's going to bounce. Take a Citrus bounce it back into the 40-yard line, 44-yard line. 1st and 10 for Citrus inside Nature Coast territory.
All right, the score holds. I know the next question will be, what does this mean for the district and the points and all that good kind of stuff? Obviously, this would then put Hernando atop the district right now, undefeated in district play. Nature Coast and Citrus would both have 1 loss in district. 2nd place, as we said, doesn't matter in this district. It would go by points if you're going to get in. Citrus right now is 13th in the point standings. Top 8 make it. They are 13th at 31.8. The last team in right now has got 35.57 points. So they're going to need some wins. Obviously,
some losses.
They need some. Yeah, I mean this is I think the issue you have in district play, because obviously you got some teams like Wesley Chapel and Anclote in front of them. Wesley Chapel, I believe, is playing and losing to Zephyr Hills right now. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out, because you're going to have a lot of wins and losses in front of you with district play. So I'm not going to say Citrus is out of it, but they need some help.
You got Russell out now, Martone in as a fullback with Holton behind him. It's going to be Jumbo, and that's going to be Holton is going to try to get the ball. It goes to the right side. It's going to be pushed back, and they're going to give him forward progress 1 yard maybe.
But as you said earlier this week, Brett, you can take a win or a loss, and you're just talking about tenths of points, it appears to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it doesn't look like, from what I've seen, that there's a lot of movements in terms of 1+ points week to week. And, as I've looked throughout, the magic number appears to be 35. And Citrus has got to get
just about under
5 wins.
Under 5 minutes, I formation, handoff. Russell goes to the right side, he breaks the tackle, breaks to the 35, 30, 20, 15, 10. Touchdown, Cody Russell, 43-yard.
And that pretty well sealed the game.
Yeah.
Pretty well sealed it right there.
Well, I mean, you're talking about, too, let's not forget this district winning streak that Nature Coast has been on. I mean, I think that this district winning streak, if I'm not mistaken, goes back to the middle or the end of the 15 maybe even the 14th season. They went undefeated in district play in 15 and 16. So this winning streak in district play goes back to 2014 for Nature Coast.
And it's just about ready to come to an end.
Point after attempt is up and good, so everything's good for Kevin Bacon Jr. 37-20, 4:55 left in this ball game. Citrus High leads. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to Friday Night Football right here on CBS Sports 104.3.
Looking for a real truck? Then get over to Nick Nicholas Ford Lincoln and test drive the best-selling pickup truck in America 40 straight years. The Ford F-150 and the Super Duty F-250s and F-350s are the best-selling trucks in the USA. Get over to Nick Nicholas Ford Lincoln if you're looking for a real truck. Nick Nicholas Ford Lincoln, Highway 19 North, Crystal River, home of the best-selling trucks in America.
For the best in sports coverage in West Central Florida, we are WYKE FM, English Yankee Town, CBS Sports Radio, 104.3.
Nice little scamper by Cody Russell as he puts 6 more points on the board as a Hurricanes lead 37-20,
and
4:55.
a big win for Coach Vonador. Big win, I think, for Coach Vonador. This would probably be one of his biggest wins of his career that I know. And I do know Coach personally, great guy, good football head on him, and I think he'll build a program here at Citrus and move forward from this. I think this is going to be a big stepping stone for Coach Vonador.
Yeah, it's a big turnout here for the players that they have. You know, a lot of younger players watching this and saying, okay, we can do this, and that's a good thing for the program. This Vonador was a coach at Chris River and took a year off and then came back and is now coach at Citrus. Also, I think his brother is on the staff, is he not?
Yeah, he's back after a couple year absence.
Yep. Kevin Bacon Jr. with the run-up. Kick into the far side. I'm going to take it at the 15-yard line. That's Aponte. It's going to be 20, 25, 30. Cuts back into the inside and taken down. Nice tackle. Again, special teams for Citrus all night have been really good.
Yes.
Good tackle start there at the 33-yard line. 1st and 10 for Nature Coast.
And that was brought down by the kicker, Bacon.
Does it all.
Yes.
You know, I've always wondered why you can't go down there. You're kicking first. You're the first person down there. You might as well just get down there fast. Just do it. Why do you wait?
He's what Dirk's looking for.
Hard-nosed kicker.
Well, we already know you can kick a 38-yard field goal.
There you go. I formation. Blitz coming. Up the right side is a motion as they get back
too soon.
Another mistake there by Nature Coast is going to push him back.
And I think that was the second half. If you had to write a script on the second half, mistakes.
Yeah.
And I think that's what cost Nature Coast the game.
I'm sure that.
And not taking anything away from Citrus, they played a whale of a ball game tonight. They were just head and shoulders.
Yeah.
From the coin flip on.
Well, I got to tell you, I'm impressed by the players not only, but I'm also impressed by Coach Vonador because of the play calling he did and the defensive schemes that he had. It was
fabulous.
Just fabulous. Yeah, it was. I formation, rollout. This is going to be Coffee, and he's going to throw a deep ball. And Mike Lee is wide open and missed tackle, and he's going to break a tackle to the 20, 15, 10, 5, and touchdown. 67 yards now as Coffee throws the ball. And Mike Lee catches for that touchdown. Right back in it really quick.
But there's still
no flags on the play.
There's still 3 scores out. I'm sure that did not make Coach Vonador very happy.
So 26-37 with the point after looming. 4:31 left in the ball game.
And Nature Coast is going to
They're going to kick it.
The extra point.
Riviera is going to be there.
They still need 2 scores, even if they got 2.
And snap coming. Now snap, high snap, put down, kick is up. And the kick is good. So the point after is good. 27-37 here. Citrus leads. 4:31 left in the fourth quarter.
And you got to run some clock now. And again, we talked about it. There's still only 2 timeouts for Nature Coast, and that could be a big deal.
I mean,
it's a 2-possession game. I mean, I think obviously if you're Citrus, you're looking at, you pick up 2 first downs on this possession, you put yourself in really good shape. 3 first downs,
and what
you can
Citrus
pretty much
can't do, Coach Varner, they cannot play now to lose. Well, they've got to keep it going the way they have kept it going. There's 4:31. They can run the clock out.
Wildwood and Interlochen tied at 14, and Bell 13-0 over
Don't play not
Branford.
to lose, because it'll come back and bite you. And with Nature Coast 4:31 to go in the game, that's plenty of time for them. We just saw them score here in about 10 seconds.
Yep. Coach Vonador is going to be mad at you because you counted him. You said they'd already won it. That was right, a bugaboo right to his right there. And then it happened 10 seconds later to score.
They're going onside here, Mike.
And that's what it is, onside kick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players to the right side as he's kicking right to left. Hands team is out for the Citrus Hurricanes. Nature Coast needs the ball back to try to even this up. Here we go, the run up. Bounce. High bounce. Going to come up second. And great coverage by special teams again. Dropping on the ball. Can't see who that was. That's number 2. That is Rodney Mike on the recovery.
And that's really just what Coach Varnador needed.
Yeah.
Covered it up.
Once again, I think you're looking at
2
3
first downs. 2 or 3 first downs, yeah.
2, you feel good because then all of a sudden you've established field position and you can bury him probably inside the 20 at worst. And as I mentioned, 2 timeouts for the Sharks.
Here we go. I formation. Bishop under center. Handoff. Cody Russell. And they're going to bring a blitz on the inside, and he gets a couple of yards. He's going to milk this clock out as Martone comes off now.
This is one of those, too, where you got to keep both hands on the football. You know Nature Coast is coming in, trying to strip it.
And Citrus really has played pretty error-free football tonight, Brett.
Yeah, they haven't had a turnover tonight. This is where you gladly give up 2 or 3 yards on a play to hold on to it. You don't want to try to break a tackle and get spun around and have someone grab that ball away from you.
2nd and 8. Ball's on the 50-yard line.
Clock's ticking at 3:54.
Offset I. Toss sweep to Rudy Holt. He's come to the edge. He's got some room to run. He cuts back into the 50 and slips down. Gets all the way out to the 45-yard line of Nature Coast. So it'll be 3rd and call it 4.
Yeah, cutting back and saw a little daylight. Probably would have been very close to picking up that first down, but slipped and goes down at about the 46.
Yeah, 46, sorry.
Looks like they've got, about 4 yards to go here. But again, the most important thing is that clock still running. It will be under 3 minutes to go by the time this play gets done. And a huge conversion potentially here for the Canes.
I formation. Ball's on the near side hash mark. Bishop under center. Trying to get a roll off by it. It's going to be inside handoff to Cody Russell. He bounces off one and catches it down and puts his head down and gets close for first down. That was a great run by Cody Russell. He was not in the backfield and then kept his legs moving and got close.
And less than 1.
Wow.
This
2:55 and counting here.
Interesting call here. I mean, you are ahead by 2 scores. It's not like you're ahead by 3 points.
Yeah.
I mean, you're ahead by 2 scores. Clock is running over.
Will they try to draw them
2:40.
offside?
Yeah, I mean, you can use your timeouts if you're Citrus. You're anticipating you're not going to need them.
Yeah. 2:35 and counting as Bishop goes under center again. Power I formation to the right. Holton.
Yeah,
with Russell.
If you look at the sidelines, I think they're trying to call timeout.
They do call timeout. Timeout Citrus. With that, we're going to quick timeout here. 2:28 left in the ball game. You're listening to Friday Night Football right here on CBS Sports 104.3.
Our low prices, great selection, and repeat business keep customers coming back for more. You, Tampa Bay, this month we're offering deep discounts. Get 15% off select new Buick models. Get 15% and more off select new GMC models. When you want the best, shop the best. Buy local and save thousands from your hometown dealer. Visit EagleBuickGMC.com or stop by US 19 in Homosassa under the giant American flag.
30 seconds. Okay, good. We are back.
Big 4th down decision.
2:28.
Here we go. It's 4th down and 1 for the Hurricanes.
So 4th and 1 here, upcoming. 2:28 left in the ball game. 37-27. Citrus leads by 2. Scores. Sorry.
And I believe they're going for it, or they're going to try to draw them offside.
Yeah, I like the idea of going for it here. You know,
Bishop under center. Motion by Holton moves over to the right.
Referee didn't see
signal ready for call. Now they're saying it's going to offset I to the left. Inside handoff. That's Martone. Looks like he got it.
If you look at the far side official,
he's got it.
He's got it at about the 40.
First
40
down.
and a half. Yep. They wanted to come out there and snap it quick. You could tell. Yep. They were not wasting time.
Max Martone gets the first down. Pretty much secures the game. 2:22 if they can.
Yes.
2:22. They'll have no fumbles here.
They got 2 timeouts left, so they can stop it twice. You're still going to get at least, close to a minute of runoff between this play and then the 4th down play if they need it.
Yes, this play will take it under 2 minutes, Brett.
They'll be able to stop it after 1st and 2nd down, but not after 3rd.
I formation, inside handoff. That's Russell. Pretty sure Hennig got both hands on the ball as he powers his way for a couple yards.
And he's going to elect to call it after 2nd and 3rd down.
It's Martone. They have not timeout. Now we finally get a timeout. That's going to be a timeout on Nature Coast, which they let about 10, 15 seconds go.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
clock is still running, though, by the way.
At that point, I would think you would probably just wait and call it after a second down. I mean, because you're only going to be able to stop it twice, and if you let 10 seconds run off, you might as well let them go ahead and finish that play.
Right.
Now, Nature Coast has one timeout, 1:48 left. I mean, if you're Citrus, you could potentially go ahead and, I don't think they would go for it on fourth down. I think you just kick it down there. But you got 2 downs to pick up, what, 7 yards now, and then the game's over.
And in 2 downs, you can run off almost 1:48.
Well, they got one timeout.
They'll take a timeout after the next down.
So they'll have one more. I mean, you'll be able to take it under a minute.
Nice little chess match we have going.
You just got to be careful if you're Citrus. You don't need a false start.
I think Coach Varnador, though, Mike, has put Nature Coast in checkmate.
Russell.
Great for Coach Varnador. He does have a golf scramble coming up, I think he told me, in December. So
Bishop under center, tight I formation, handoff. Rudy Holton goes off left side. We got a quick whistle.
What was that?
Quick whistle and got a flag down from the side judge.
That's what you don't need.
And that's what procedure.
Citrus
we really don't want that. So the clock stops at 1:44 left, or 37-26 your score here. Citrus still leads.
As we mentioned, Hernando with the easy win, 56-6. Crystal River final 21-7 over South Sumter.
Wow.
And Weeki Wachee doubling up Lecanto 42-21. That game is in the fourth quarter.
Bishop under center again. I formation, handoff. Holton gets him out and right to the right side. Gets a good carry, close to about 5 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and long. Clock is running under 1 minute and 30 seconds right now. Stop the clock now.
That should be Nature Coast's last timeout.
That's their last timeout. So Citrus, after this play, can let it run down. It'll be under a minute. And then you would think they would probably, if they don't get the first down here, go ahead and punt it. And, I mean, wouldn't you tell your kicker, regardless of anything, kick it into the end zone?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's not going to help your net yardage, but you can't have it blocked. You don't want to return.
And your defense Brett, has played so terrific tonight for Citrus that punt it in the end zone and give them the ball on the 20. And
got one play. They scored in 10 seconds, though. You got to watch that.
You make them go 80, but then, you know.
But they got to have 2 scores.
They got to score. They got to then get an onside kick. A lot of things have got to happen. So I think you just kick it in the end zone.
I still say it's checkmate.
Or do you do do you dare put the ball in the air? You put the ball in the air here?
Well,
look for Rodney Mike out there to the side.
Is Nature Coast expecting that?
I would
and
think
what do
not.
you have to lose?
That's why he would be fired.
Yes. Maybe that's why he's not coaching today.
That's why he does baseball.
That's
how
he does
baseball. Balls and strikes you can count.
Yeah.
I think this would be fun to put it up in the air and see.
Well, they do have Rodney Mike in the slot on the far side.
But he is covered.
Oh, and now they've got
I formation with Bishop under center. Snap. No!
Oh,
ball's on the ground. Fumble from the snap, and Bishop gets it back, but it'll be 4th down now.
Clock should be, there we go. What?
Clock is now running. Stopped.
It will stop with change possession.
Now the clock is running. Clock is running. Clock is running.
I don't know why the referee blew it down.
120, 119 now, under 120. Get it under 1 minute. We're missing a guy on the punt team. So I take a penalty on this and just back it up.
You might as well let it run all the way down. I mean, kicking it at the 50 or kicking it at your own 40. There you go. They took it. Nothing wrong with that.
No.
Delay of game.
Minute 2 to go.
That's the way to do it. So delay of game, 1 minute and 2 seconds left. So we'll be able to kick it down there. And the Nature Coast Sharks will have one chance left, or a couple chances if they can get the onside kick.
Well, you got to go after this punt. I don't think there's any question about that. I don't think it does you any good to set up return.
So we got some total yardage here for Nature Coast, 363 total yards, and Citrus 280. But never mind about the yardage. It's always about the scoreboard.
Yep, stats are for losers sometimes.
There's a punt. It's a high punt. It's going to bounce and drop right there inside
let it go to the
20-yard line. So it's 15-yard line starting point, so 52.9 seconds left for Nature Coast to try to get 2 scores.
I said it earlier, it's a 17-game district winning streak for Nature Coast. Goes back to 2014. So
Wow.
undefeated in 2015 in district play, undefeated in 2016, and then 4-0 in district. So 17 straight district wins for the Sharks, and that's on the line right now.
We're going to go shot formation with 2 running backs to each, Burnett's each side, and we have twin receivers to the near sideline. Snap. Trick play gimmick. He's going to throw it back to Burnett, and Burnett did a wheel route, and it's thrown up to the air, and it's tripped down, and he fell, but it was underthrown by Coffey.
And they can expect 2 more of those plays as well.
Yeah, clock stops with the incomplete pass, 45.6 seconds
Coach Varnador
left.
could stick a couple of kids back here in the back. And
I'd Kevin Bacon back there.
yes. Cody Russell.
Yeah, I mean, with that throw, he can only throw it to the 40-yard line.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you set everybody back to midfield? Say, okay,
Yeah.
you want to run it up to midfield? That's going to take 15 seconds, and then you're going to have the clock run before you get another play off.
Coffey is the quarterback now as Burnett goes into the slot at the far sideline. Twins receivers on both sides. 2-step drop. Blitz coming. He throws across the middle. That's Weston who grabs it at the 25. Tries to go straight up the middle, but a good defense. They hold him. They get the first down, but the ball is down at the 30-yard line. Clock stops with the moving of the chains. 38.7 seconds left.
That's an underneath pass in the middle of the field, and I think Citrus will take that 5 more times.
Yes.
Coffey with Weston to his right, trip receivers to the far sideline. Quick snap, rolls to his right, looks back to his left. The ball across the middle again, and almost picked off. Intended for number 8, Aponte, but we have a player down who went for it. I couldn't see the number. He hit pretty hard as he went up for the ball. 28.1 seconds left, and we have an injured Citrus High player.
He was the defensive back to try to make a play on the ball as it was kind of sailing across the middle, and he collided with the Nature Coast receiver. And 2 Hurricanes now down. I don't know if the second one looks like that might be more cramps.
Yeah, that's Rudy Holton, who was back deep with, I think it was the free safety. It might have been number 10, Gardner, I'm not sure. Yeah, 10, Gardner standing right there, so still trying to see who's down there. And we got a player, he's up now. That might have gotten the wind knocked out of him, we'll see. It's number 6, Mikey Gatto. Mikey Gatto almost had the pick there, so
it was close.
Made a play on the ball.
So 28.1 seconds left. 3rd and 10 from the Nature Coast 30-yard line. Again, if you're wanting to watch this game and replay this game, all you Citrus High Hurricanes fans, you can go onto our YouTube channel, Citrus oh.
CBS
What's
Sports
the name?
Radio.
Yeah, thank you very much.
104.3 is the YouTube site.
Totally blew it there. Couldn't remember what it was. Big throw downfield, and it falls incomplete. Stops the clock at 20.8 seconds, and we want to thank Bowler Rice Roofing for sponsoring the video live streaming. And our 2 apprentices here. Thank you very much.
They're highly paid professionals.
They are?
Yes. No child labor law is being broken here. It's an internship.
There you go. Thank you.
Investment in the future. And there could be the final play of the game.
It is 17 seconds as Weston tries to run it through, and it gives up the middle, but finally bring it down to the 44-yard line of Nature Coast. The clock stops, so they move the change. 10.8 seconds left.
One more play.
Chains are marked down. Whistle is blown. Clock stops, and they punt. Stops the clock with the incomplete. 7.2 seconds of the last play of the game.
After the first down, they shouldn't. I don't know why they're not running the clock.
He downed the ball. He pushed
they spiked it.
They spiked the ball. So it's 2nd down. Coffey back in the shotgun. Snap. Blitz coming. Throws a little screen pass. They're looking at a lateral pass, and they're trying to get there. They try to lateral again. Another guy, number 72, has his big 315-pound guy. Littles are back, and it's going to be intercepted on the fumble recovery by Citrus High School. And the game ends with Citrus High Hurricanes beating Nature Coast for the first time in 2 years, you said here, right? 17 games.
17. It goes back to
District
2014.
Citrus wins 37-27. We'll be right back.